What?
I didn't even get titties yet.
You didn't get no titties yet?
What the fuck is going on?
Doug, you got titties, right?
Yep.
I get titties all the
ridiculous.
time. And my wife is like going, you get so many titties. I'm like, okay. That's what show business is all about.
Yeah.
Titties. Hey, E-Dog.
Yo.
Want to do a podcast?
Yeah.
Might be stupid.
I know.
It's going to get dumb.
I know.
Talking titties. We're talking titties on show number, what is this, 52? 52. Whoa. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Whoa. Titties.
4 out, dude.
How about on the Facebook fan page, E-Dogs? I put up a new thing called Fill in the Blank. Now, it's like, everybody knows what fill in the blank is, right? It's like, you just ask a question.
It's like Mad Libs.
What is it called?
Mad Libs.
Mad Libs.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the fuck that is. But I just said, let's just have some fun. So I put up one just to kind of like explain the game. And E-Dog's got one up there for E-Dog. And there's 2 blanks in it. And let's find it. Let's read it. Because it was interesting. I thought that the retarded fan page freaks would really respond to this. And apparently they did. Where is it? You guys can talk amongst yourselves while I'm looking for this.
I got this shit called unicorn milk, dude, and it fucking tastes really good.
What the hell is that?
What is that, a vape?
Yeah, it's really good. Tastes delicious, actually.
Oh, my Lord. You
Yeah.
did not write this. Oh, my Lord. Okay, here's what it was. So if you go to the Big Daddy Roadshow fan page on Facebook, and you can get there by just... Well, here, let me give you the link. It's facebook.com/groups/Big Daddy Roadshow Adult Humor Podcast fan page. How's that for a tongue twister? All one word.
Or break that down to
or you could just go to like the search engine on Facebook and type in Big Daddy Roadshow Adult Humor Podcast. Boom. Or Big Daddy Roadshow Podcast or Big Daddy Roadshow Group fan page. And it should come up. So anyway, we're posting there trying to come up with some new ideas. And, oh, by the way, turn that fan off over there. I gave it like an example. And anybody that's on the fan page, I'm hoping that they'll play along and once in a while. And I don't want them all the time, but every once in a while, put one up with a couple blanks and let the people have some fun. Fill in the blanks. So as an example I put up, I love listening to the Big Daddy Roadshow podcast and sharing the show with friends. See what I did there? I was trying to tell people to share the show. My favorite character on the show is E-Dog. E-Dog's eyes are so sexy. They make me want to blank his blank while holding a pickle, singing I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. And the girls, knowing my girls on the fan page, oh boy, here's what they wrote. It started out kind of nice. No, Carol Foss says, I just want to, instead of blank and blank, she says, I just want to wiggle his nipple. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. And I was really excited to see what the girls were going to fill in the blank. E-Dog's eyes are so sexy, they just make me want to blank his blank. And this is the bombshell. This is the one I wasn't seeing coming. And it's what happens on the fan page.
I've seen it from a mile away.
Did you really?
Yeah, I knew it.
That bad? Oh, and boy, is this one a pisser on the show. Oh, my God, on the fan club. Maureen said that she wants to suck his wanker. Oh.
Boom.
I mean, I'm getting titties sent to me on private messages.
Yeah, this is.
But I couldn't even believe that somebody would put on a fan page something so raw.
She was mentioning she's coming to Philly soon and that she wanted to see me, and I was like, what?
Well, we're supposedly getting hired by a restaurant in Philly, so maybe... What? She's coming to Philly?
Yeah.
That girl scares me, man. That girl scares me. And I don't scare easily.
She got some nice titties. Won't lie, her titties are pretty nice.
I'm not going to lie. She sent me her titties, too.
Not bad.
No offense, but I kind of get, like, offended when they send Big Daddy titties, and then they send the same set of titties to, like, E-Dog. Listen, girls, choose your man to send your titties to.
Yeah,
and
there's another couple other guys on the show.
Yeah, Lance
absolutely send some titties.
Lance wants some titties, too.
Absolutely.
So anyway, just check out the fan page on Facebook. It is electric on there. It's growing. I see new names. I don't even know who half of the people are. Thank you for joining and having fun. It's just a stupid, stupid show. It's a podcast called The Big Daddy Road Show, coming to a city near you. 2017's practice. 2018... Let's lock up your daughter's
Rock
tour.
and roll.
No, we're not messing around. So Lance is back. Lance was on just before the end of the new year, foaming at the mouth. And you come out swinging in 2017. Yeah. What's up? What's your problem now?
Got a week before he's inaugurated.
Okay, we're talking Trump.
Shit could really get crazy.
Well, I got news for you. We're thinking about going down. Are you interested in going down?
Where?
Or do you think, like, is that where the big The last straw's going to...
No,
Where?
I don't want to be anywhere near that area.
Really?
No.
I hear they're giving away free weed. It's just a rumor on the street.
Don't want to be anywhere.
It's legal.
No.
No? Really?
I got just all kinds of buku bad vibes going on right now.
You're feeling
I'm
it.
Just feeling it. I'm not
Feeling
digging
bad
it.
vibes
Not
for the
digging
Trump
it. Not digging it.
inauguration. That's kind of scary because that's sort of where, like we were talking about before the show, that damn, like the people, the Dems that lost. You know, we all seen the pictures at the convention where they were crying, or not the convention. Remember when she was supposed to come out and like say she lost and she didn't? That's where that started, by the way. In other words, when the person running doesn't come out and go, "Hey guys, I lost."
Right.
Congratulate
just
to us.
trying to
Congratulate
do everything they possibly can to try to get her another opportunity and to get in. It's just it's like I can't believe this.
Jesus Christ. What's the matter with you, Doug?
Nothing. I'm just,
Well, he's still depressed from Bernie. I mean, Bernie didn't get in.
I totally get that.
Bernie should have been the Democratic nominee anyway. But anyway, the point is like we don't seem to have winners and losers. We talked about this actually on the last show.
Man.
There's winners and losers in America.
That's it. That's
and
the
if
way
we
it is.
don't
The way
have it that way, then America's completely changed. Like, is that what's going on? People are just trying to change America. Like, hey, we lost.
You didn't see the right react that way when Barry got elected.
Well, you're not. First of all, you're being very disrespectful. He's still the president of the United States.
And I'm sure he still wants to be.
But see, that's where people say you're a little bit cuckoo.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is he going to come up and...
He passed more executive orders than any other president in history, which were all constitutionally illegal. They were not okayed by Congress. Some of them are so draconian.
How about
authoritarian?
Though, prior to
scary.
him, our buddy Bushy did the same thing.
No, absolutely. And
So-
I was totally against all those.
So
too.
at what point did we just go back?
And Bush is the one that said it'd be much better if we could just run this as a dictatorship. Came right out of his mouth.
Did he really?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the stuff that I put out there, people, especially when Barry's been in office for these 8 years, people really took it that I was a hardcore conservative. I am not. I went after the Bushes. I could not stand either one of them.
Yeah, we said that on the prior
Because I knew
show,
how in the pocket and how connected to the hip to the Rockefellers they've always been. Those are disgusting people.
All right, well, listen, if people listen to the show, they know how you feel about the Rockefellers and all that. But what specifically do you want to say about the inauguration? And can we can we have some fun? And can E-Dog say some funny shit in between?
Absolutely. I didn't really want to come into this one being so super serious, but I got my radar up. I've been listening to a lot of Mike Rivero, a lot of Michael Savage, a little bit less of Alex Jones lately. The thing I do like on Alex lately is just recently Paul Joseph Watson's been heading up the show. I think Alex has needed a break. So
he needs a break.
Yeah, you could just see he's tired. This whole thing just wore him right the hell down. So
by the way,
to have Paul Joseph Watson spend some time on there live, that's always a nice treat. But that's what these guys are talking about, and it's not just one show. It's so many different shows, and people call fear porn, whatever. The people that they have for intel that supplies them with the information, some of the most highest people in the intelligence agencies.
Okay, but how can you prove that?
And it's even because they can't give away their sources. But the people they do get on, ex CIA,
they're retired.
NSA,
they're
yeah.
retired.
I mean, and they're big names. They're known names. So, when you have all these different alternative news media is putting out, much more believable facts and, showing different documents, calling out different documents. Mike Rivero is awesome with that, by the way.
What is the whole WikiLeaks thing? Like,
But
what was
that's this. They're all on the same tangent. That we've never been in such a dangerous time and era for decades. This time and era right now, especially this upcoming week, is almost as dangerous as right before World War I kicked off, right before World War II kicked off.
I'm sorry. I have to laugh because E-Dog's just staring up into space
listening.
like, yeah, I know, but you look like the world's going to end. It's going to blow up tomorrow.
It is screwed up.
Oh, by the way, E-Dog, don't even, listen, you're a big star now. Don't even mind talking into the microphone because it's no big deal. You're on a podcast. You don't need to talk into a mic. You can just vape and talk into the wall over there. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what to say.
What is it with you and not using the mic?
I don't know.
He gets the vape. Anyway.
He does the check well.
So what you're saying is, if I hate to lighten up the mood, but this is some. When you say shit like that, people are on highways just going, "I want to drive my car off a cliff."
Sure. So
okay, okay. So and you also get when people don't even believe you. Like, you're full of shit. This is horseshit. So basically, what you're saying is, okay, we all know media is whack. As my opinion on media is, they all been reading the teleprompter for the last 20, 30 years,
and it's not working anymore.
And
they don't know what to do about it.
They graduated journalists that never really learned how to be an investigative journalist. They just read a teleprompter.
Right.
So you got a few people typing into the teleprompter, and you got a bunch of monkeys reading the teleprompter.
That's exactly it.
And
a lot of them are right out of the CIA. Anderson Cooper's right out of the CIA. Wolf Blitzer's right out of the CIA. So,
I mean, that's suspect right there.
Absolutely.
Suspect.
Without a doubt.
So you're telling me that media basically was taken over by some bad guys
Absolutely.
Is that what you're really saying
there's
here?
so much documentation about this stuff. I mean, it's not nothing made up.
Why is John Q. Public so hoodwinked then? Why are they not?
It's not because if you look at where their what do you want to call it, the participation that's on for all these big channels, they're dropping like a rock. And here's the problem: the big lie. Hitler wrote in Mein Kampf, the big lie. Tell a big lie, keep on telling. It doesn't work anymore. That's why mainstream media, they don't know what to do. Yeah, and they don't know what to do besides keep on telling it, and it's making everything worse for them.
But don't you think they would?
No one believes there anything on there anymore. Nobody even watches it practically anymore.
It's big balls.
It is so bad.
Big balls to get on those big national stations and just spew bullshit, isn't it?
I don't fucking watch them. Man.
It's ridiculous.
You don't have a TV.
I'm just saying, like, even if I did have a fucking TV, I wouldn't watch that nonsense. You see that thing with
You're better off not having a TV today.
The girl said it wasn't a hate crime what they did to that fucking kid.
Yeah, right.
It's not a hate crime.
About that on the last show.
I remember a little bit, a couple excerpts I saw online with Dom. What's his name? Dom Lemon from CNN.
Again, I don't
going
watch
right
much
along
TV.
with it. Oh, that's not a big deal. It's not really a big deal. There's other people trying to make it a big deal. It's not really a big deal. The fucking ain't a big deal.
Well, that's where I'm at, and that's what I've been preaching for 15 years. I see it on the news. I used to be at the Elks Lodge, slamming back some Maker's Mark, and I'd be looking at the other patrons watching the TV news, Channel 6 News, 6 p.m. Not even CNN, not even, just ABC, CBS, and I know your favorite was, what's that one, NBC or something?
MSNBC. I can't. I even see that on in a store or something. I want to put my fist right into the damn screen.
But even 15 years ago. This has got
to be the worst one out of them all, besides NPR. 15,
20 years ago, I started to see immediately where they started to switch from reporting news, the details, the facts of a situation, to opinions. And I'm sorry, news isn't supposed to be about your opinion.
Exactly.
News is supposed to be news.
Right.
People are supposed to care about the profession of investigative journalism.
Realistically, realistic journalism is supposed to keep the government in check. That's what it was birthed for. That's the reason of it.
So what you're saying is that, okay, so what you're saying is, and this is, I'm going to take you on a trip right now, folks. I'm going to take Lance on a trip and E-Doug on a trip. We're going on a trip right now.
That's awesome.
My question is this. What if one side is claiming to be the good guys when they're not the good guys, or if it's vice versa and they're just trying to make the good guys sound like bad guys? This is messed up shit, I know.
It's deep, but you have to go deep.
But so you're saying what the fact that freaks me out is it's suspect if you could prove that CIA people became news people for major media outlets. That's suspect because those are some pretty highly trained people.
Without a doubt.
And I would imagine they're very good at being thugs and aggressive people to say, okay, Mr. Real Investigative Journalist, shut up and read the teleprompter. That's messed up. Mm-hmm. And if they've been doing that for, 10, 15, 20, 25 years when massive destruction pieces were supposedly buried in the sand with bushes and... This probably goes back to,
ridiculous.
For instance, also Bill Clinton.
And then 100 million Iraqis are dead now. That's
it goes
nice.
back even further.
Real cute.
Remember OJ Simpson? That's what I'm thinking. Okay, you put the Bronco on TV, you follow it, you make the where it's like we just keep everybody so mesmerized.
What at the end of the day, what is it? They're just distracting the public from where they need to put their focus on.
His white Bronco's actually on eBay for sale right now.
That's funny.
I'm not sure. Not that much. Kind of cheap. Bad.
That's funny.
Mileage is shot on it.
It's down to $350.
I want to get it. Go on my own fucking highway.
We should get it for the Big Daddy Roadshow.
Yeah, let's do the tour of the OJ truck. OJ
that would get some immediate attention.
OJ's in jail right now still, isn't he?
Yeah. I think his son did it.
Oh, my God. At this point, who gives a shit who did it?
Right, but I don't think he did. I really don't think he did it.
Listen, if the glove don't fit, you got to quit. if the glove don't fit. That was the whole thing. We spent hours of our lives watching that horse shit, and then it'll come down to the glove.
Well, what was going on in the meantime? Who the hell knows? But I guarantee you some heavy shit was going down.
Yeah, and everybody
that's how they roll.
But that's what they did. What they did is that's when they started with that reality. Like, reality became more entertaining to people. Like, oh my God, did he do it? Did OJ, the guy that used to jump over suitcases in the airport and be cool?
I didn't even give a fuck if he did it or not.
No.
Were you born?
I really didn't either.
I think I was alive. I really didn't. I don't know.
What year was that, OJ? It was way back.
Oh God, that wasn't that in the 80s. That's got to be back in the 80s.
Nah, it might have been in the 90s, I think. I just remember it was like they broke that shit into TV, and I know it was like right around the time. In other words, think about it too. They went from just news being on at like
you're right,
7 in the morning, noon, and 6
nightly programming.
But then they switched to CNN 24-hour news coverage, and they're like, wait a minute, we need something to put on the news for 24 hours. So let's put on the Bronco. Sure. Let's set this guy up maybe and
put it on the loop.
But but think about it. Like, if you would, if shit would get that down the rabbit hole that deep, that could you take it as far as like, hey, let's get people murdered and then put a Bronco on TV, and then while they're watching that, we do all this other shit in the background.
Well, they're absolutely accomplices to murder for how they spin up the race war stuff. They're they should be playing it down. No,
yeah, exactly.
What do? They play it up. So more and more cops get killed. They're accomplices in murder because of that.
Or they ignore it. They ignore like, for instance, they pick their side, who their agenda fits, and it's almost like so what you're saying, if I'm hearing you correctly, is like they don't care about the outcome. They just want people fighting.
No, that's
they just want people arguing.
I want to make my own news station.
What's going to be
real
called?
news?
What's going to be called?
It's called E-Dogs News Network 24/7. What happened in Beaverbrook today? Fucking, I stubbed my toe on a piece of furniture and fucking blood everywhere.
Really hurt.
That's real news. That's real shit.
Did you stub your toe again?
No.
This kid stubs his toe more than anybody on the planet.
I'll tell you what. I don't think the big toe hurts as bad as the pinky toe, man. That freaking whack that little pinky toe.
That is the worst.
Damn, boy.
At some point, though, pain just becomes so vicious that But yeah, it's the old stump of the toe. That's horrible.
And other things. That's not just going to be what my news is going to be about. It's going to be about some other shit. We're going to have you doing the weather.
Oh, great. I'm a weatherman. Nice.
We'll have Lance out in the fields.
That's the easiest job in the world. What's it going to be tomorrow?
Where they spray the chemtrails last?
Let's see when we wake up tomorrow, when we look out the window. Whatever it is, that's what the weather's going to be.
I'll go outside and just guess how cold it is.
It's fucking cold.
It's cold as shit. That's the weather. It's cold as fuck.
Speaking of which, it's cold in the Poconos.
Damn cold.
It's cold tonight. Damn it, cold. You need your britches tripled tonight.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine if there wasn't global warming? Boy, we'd be fucking like -70 right now.
Oh God.
You got to give that love tap to the global warming, don't you?
Absolutely.
The sun is the thing.
Like
the sun.
Absolutely.
Tell me what you think. What's your whole take on the global warming?
It's carbon taxes. They're going right directly to the House of Rothschild. It's the biggest farce, one of the biggest fucking lies to humanity ever.
So you're saying the sun is basically it, and nothing we do on this planet, it's like pissing in the oceon.
Is
that what you're telling me?
Absolutely.
So where did they get all these clusterfuck scientists to pitch this shit?
UN. The UN holds probably one of the largest, I think, amounts. I remember reading several different articles about this. Payrolled scientists, and a lot of them come from there for this.
So you're saying that basically scientists become corrupt, sell themselves out. They don't report real science. They report what they're told to report.
Because they get a hell of a paycheck for it, sure.
So that's pretty cool. And that's kind of messed up. Corruption is everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, here's what's ridiculous. If you really want to wrap your head around it, like when you talk about hundreds of trillions that just a couple families have, the influence that they have. If you break that down and say, what is it? 50,000, I think, a year is what they're saying now. You need to be able to get by in this country. That a lot of people don't make anywhere near that anymore in this country.
50,000.
But if you think about 50,000, how many times does 50,000 go into 300 trillion? Because we know that the Rothschilds.
Wait, let me do the math.
Think about how many.
Carry the 5.
Think about how many.
How many times does 50,000 go into what?
Of your.
How many trillion?
300 trillion.
It's going to take me a while to produce the answer to this.
So people can't get their heads around it. So people don't have any clue about the influence and the power that these people have.
So what you're saying is that
they have so much money.
Like if we have a thimble full of cash, these guys have like the planet full of cash.
Yeah, exactly. It's
thimble versus a planet.
It's almost impossible to get your head around. It's really unbelievable.
And do these people like own like whole islands somewhere? Did they
what the royal bitch herself? who's not even British. Like I said, I've talked about this how many times to nauseum. It's
to nauseum. Yes, I'm actually starting to get
Austrian, Germany. They're Saxe-Coburg-Gothas. They're not British at all. They never were. I mean, like, what, 62% of the landmass she owns herself?
How much?
62%.
That's too much landmass, E-Dog.
Like, they're grabbing up all the national parks. I mean, even here.
No, they can't do that. We're not going to allow that.
They can't do that.
E-Dog,
they're exactly right.
E-Dog,
what?
Make a note.
I won't allow it.
I want you to
shut
do
this
something
crap
about this.
down.
Do something about this. Find out about this landmass this lady apparently owns.
I'm gonna have to take her out.
You know what? You've been trained.
Someone in British Parliament did spout off that there's enough gold in her damn throne to feed the homeless on this planet for like 150 years or something like that.
And she just says...
And she just sits there.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to feed the homeless.
That to me, that is so beyond disgusting. I don't even know if there's a word that actually, can crystallize how disgusting that is.
So now we can segue from the OJ thing to the other amazing live news coverage of Lady Diana.
That's one of the best
ones. She wanted to feed the homeless.
Yeah, and I'm telling you what, that is probably one of the best things. If you have a curious thread inside your body and you don't believe in all this other stuff that people say, oh, it's conspiracy theory, duh.
Or they see you're crazy.
Just check that out. Just check that one little nugget. Check that out, and check it out real good. Go into that real heavy and real hard when you get some time.
Let's break it down. If they were to start out checking it out, where would they start?
YouTube has a lot of documentaries about it.
All right, stop right there. Good cop, bad cop. They're going to say, okay, YouTube, that's your source, Lance?
No, but there's so many different ones, and there's very credible people that's done very credible research.
How do they tell who's credible and who's not?
They're not going to know that because they haven't been in the arena for a long time, and I'm not going to vouch for it either because everybody has their own taste. So, but what I'm saying is there's some stuff out there that's been done that's just almost like movie theater quality. But they need to look at it. They need to take a look at some things with their own, how do you want to say it, to get their own mind.
How about common sense?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
A lot of that really has to come down. You're absolutely right.
Why is it that whenever people are nice, like Lady Diana, you knew she was nice. She reeked. E-Dog's got to take a squirt. He's taking a piss. You get E-Dog on these heavy-duty shows. He can't handle it. He can't. He loses his bowels. He loses his whole bodily functions. He's going to take a squirt. Anyway, yeah, it seems like anybody that was cool, anybody that was like always,
you're right.
Whoever was on the microphones, on the media for being cool and loving each other and be like, oh my God, we're dead. You and I are totally dead.
And I think there's after a while there's so much coincidental aspects to this. There's some people that alone wakes them up and starts making them think about things a little differently, and that's all we're trying to do.
Maybe though they are thinking about it. Maybe we need to give people more credit. They're thinking about it, but it's such a big picture that you don't know what to do about it.
And I do know a few friends that are scared to death. They used to think I was a crazy nut. They started looking into stuff themselves, and they got so paralyzed by the fear of it, they started having anxiety attacks and everything else. I get it.
You think that the people,
but not looking at it and pretending it's not true is not going to make it go away or get any better. In fact, it will get worse. That's like why we need to get more people curious, using their own minds, thinking for themselves.
It's like the big elephant in the living room.
Yeah.
And
it's
just
there.
Not going away.
It's there.
It's eating peanuts and shitting on your carpet.
People are going, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. There's no elephant there. No, there is no elephant there.
Yeah, common sense.
No, there's a fucking elephant there.
E-Dog, put your headsets on. Come on, you might come up with something funny. I know it's heavy. I know the show's heavy, buddy. He's vaping. I think the vaping's affecting his brain today.
I can't get into it. I tried.
Sluggish today.
Every time you listen to me, every show, every podcast, you can't just come to the mic and go, I'm sluggish. I don't feel it. I'm not in for it. You're on the air right now, buddy. Get with it. Get with the fucking program.
Well, I'm just, listening to you guys.
I know, but you said you liked Lance on the show. So, be a good, he's a guest here. Come on, talk to him.
My brain's just,
Do you have any questions?
Down,
why don't you ask him a question as, you're a 23-year-old guy. You don't have a TV. You don't watch what is it, MSNBC?
I don't want to watch it. Anyway, I'd rather watch The View.
That's a good thing.
But let's pretend he's the guy about to jump down the rabbit hole. Ask him a question. Say, Mr. Romance, what do I do? Have a conversation.
I know what to do. I'm not going to watch any of this nonsense and listen to it. That's what I'm not going to fucking do. I'll listen to him. I like to listen to him talk because it's the truth. I've seen a lot of conspiracy theories on YouTube. I've seen so much shit. It's ridiculous. It baffles my own fucking brain.
That's usually what does happen.
Yeah.
And it even like I said 20 years ago when I started looking at this stuff, it blew me away. And I was like, "Oh my God."
Like even when I posted this thing, do you know how the Hollywood sign keeps changing? They keep making pictures of it.
Hollyweed.
Well,
when it says BigDaddyRoadshow.com,
That's awesome.
then
Yeah,
call
that's-
me.
it's hard
we're
for
good.
me to do it. It's hard because I just need like an actual computer to do it.
When it says BigDaddyRoadshow.com, call me.
We need to Photoshop that one. We need to
Well,
get that hillside and do it.
Folks, I want real bitches to climb the mountain and change it to real BigDaddyRoadshow.com.
It's going to take so long.
I don't give a fuck. I wanted to say BigDaddyRoadshow.com.
Oh my god.
Fuck Hollyweed and fuck
Well,
Hollywood.
let's go take a trip to Hollywood.
No, I want the fans to do it. I want the haters to do it.
They're
That's
not
what
going
I
to do
want.
it. Let's go.
Fucking word shout out to the haters.
Kiss my balls.
Shuck my balls.
Suck my balls to you guys and
Hey, we need them too. We need them too. I always said that.
But seriously,
Gotta have some
keep the
haters.
conversation going, E-Dog and Lance, because I could talk. I am the interviewer, and I need people talking, and I need people asking questions.
Well-
but if it's always me asking a question,
Like I said, I posted the one that said Bush did 9/11, and I posted it. I reposted it on Facebook, and this kid was like, "No, he didn't, you fucking asshole." And what I wanted to say was just like, I just wanted to rip him like apart, but I didn't, and I don't know.
I just farted.
Thanks.
That's always a touchy area because it's so, I think, big.
Yeah.
It's so it
wasn't
emotionally
that- it wasn't big, it was a little
emotionally hammered our souls as a country.
Yeah.
But nothing they reported that
actually
day
almost-
added up to anything. I mean, like if you go back and just look at it and think it through and listen to things being said and the Building 7 falling down
Wow,
right into its footprint, it's just
stop the train.
it
Stop the
stinks
train.
so bad.
I don't know. There's something fucking.
Excuse me. When I say stop the fucking train, that means we stop talking. Stop the train means you just said something. Prior to the show going live tonight, folks, Lance said to Big Daddy, let's stay on topic. We are all over the place. Again, damn it.
Again, just
Every
boom,
time we get
boom,
Lance on the
bang,
show,
boom,
it's
boom,
like
boom.
we were in fucking OJ's Bronco.
Yeah.
We were in the crash of Lady Diana.
Yeah.
And
Now
now,
we're talking about 9/11.
what the fuck?
I was actually in the
Global
Bronco
warming
with
a
OJ,
little bit.
Jesus Christ, stay light, stay focused.
so I can't. I'm sorry.
No, I like it when it changes because I have the ability to know the facts. And the facts are that most people out there are working 16 hours a day trying to feed their families, and they're getting bombarded by so much bullshit that they need snippets.
Yeah.
If we keep the topic on the same thing, they're going to fall asleep at the wheel, and we're going to start causing car accidents.
Well, and for me,
Yeah, we don't need that.
For me, it's always interesting to see a bunch of different, podcasts, a bunch of different radio shows, alternative news media things going on. I mean, just like we were talking about earlier about the Joe Rogan James Hetfield show the other day. That was awesome.
Yeah, let's switch gears.
Yeah, that was really
heavy
cool.
metal.
That was awesome. That
He
was a
was
really,
cool.
really good
I
show.
love the Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan's
I'm
awesome.
not sucking that guy's dick or
No.
jerking him off, but Joe Rogan's show is
He's a
cool.
dude, man. Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I don't suck dick. I don't do it.
No.
It's not gonna happen.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm a vag man.
That's
There you
right.
go,
Big Daddy.
absolutely.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
What
getting-
he said.
I'm getting titties sent to my private.
And I'm
message.
not happy about that.
I'll forward
Damn
the
it.
pictures to you. I'll send
All
you
right,
them.
for just one day, ladies, send Lance
That's
Romance.
romance needs some titties action.
And
here.
actually,
Please.
but that's not your real name. You're going to divulge your real
Please.
name on the air? No.
Yeah, they know I am.
You're like Batman.
I'll just forward all the nudes that I get, and I'll just forward them to him. Like, yo, here.
From now on, all titties will be advanced to Lance Romance's inbox.
Yes.
So send them titties, ladies. Send them titties. Big old titties, little titties,
Little titties, anything.
medium titties, ugly titties, great looking titties, fake titties. We don't care. They're titties.
I like all kinds of titties.
You know what I don't like? Those ones that are like the girls on the beach that suntan for like 400 hours a day.
Yeah.
Those titties.
No, those don't work for me.
Yeah, we have like a special filter. It'll filter them bitches out. Don't even bore us with
I'll
them.
still suck them on them. You know, I don't really care. Titties are titties.
E-Dog has no filter.
No.
Okay, so getting back to the reason why you wanted to come on the show was Trump. Everything this month's going to be Trump. They're going to be selling Trump
it's-
merch.
yeah,
They're going to
and
be
then
Trump head bobbleheads.
The timing of everything else that's going on around this whole thing is what's freaking a lot of people out.
The question everybody, I think, has that's in this whole conspiracy world rabbit hole digging is, what's that man going to do? What is it going to be good for America?
Here's the one good thing. One of the, you have all these. You got a couple like negative swords that are getting plunged in, or basically our country's on life support, and these little assholes are running around trying to pull the plugs on us. George Soros, so on and so on.
Not like that.
The whole entire liberal Democrat Party, besides Bernie Sanders. I think Bernie finally got it, and he was trying to distance himself from the pack. Had some damn good ideas. But the rest of them, it's like they're like a fucking cult, man. They really are. When you look at what if we went into the progressive liberal mindset and where they wanted to take this country, it would be worse than communist probably worse than communist China.
Like what? We be chained to our podcast
That
mentality.
that mentality is all that and a bag of chips. That's all this is about for on that side.
Wow.
So anyway, when George Soros just came out this week, and saying this slam against Trump, saying that he's Hitler. Okay, let's go back just a little bit, George. Let's think about your past and your freaking history when you were 14
Lance
years
is
old.
Talking directly to
George Soros.
He's talking to him.
I
right
can't
now.
stand that guy.
Well,
Anyway,
he's probably listening. I can tell you right now.
I hope he is. Here's a guy who I think it was. I can't remember the interview, but the interview was hidden for years. They've drudged it up. They've found it. I think Drudge actually posted it. It's been on a couple different other places. Alex covered it.
Yeah.
Here's a guy that was in the video, and he was very pleased to admit that he was working with Hitler. He was pointing out Jews, uncovering where they were living.
So when you
and he was proud of it. He said he absolutely was proud of it. So throughout the conversation, he said it made him who he is today, which is an evil son of a bitch.
So now
he's sitting there trying to call Hitler. He's trying to call Trump Hitler. I'm like, okay, you worked for Hitler, you asshole.
The old timers would have said that's the pot calling the kettle black.
Exactly.
Because Big Daddy's all about the old time sayings.
Exactly.
So you got basically what they're doing is they've done their moves. If people believe your stories, right? If they were to believe you completely, you're basically saying these guys are so backed up against the wall that their last move is to say that the good guys are the bad guys.
This is what I'm trying to set it up here, because where I'm going with this.
All right.
You think about an animal that gets backed into the corner.
Right.
What do?
Fangs
they fight like hell, claws are out. Right. And this is why this is a dangerous point in time, because when he comes out himself and says, in one breath, says that Trump is a serious threat to the New World Order. Said it. It was on, believe it or not, it was actually on the mainstream media news, which floored me.
Wow.
That floored me.
Need you to breathe. Okay. When did he do this? When?
That was just earlier this week.
Holy shit, that's current.
Yeah. So, he admitted to the New World Order.
This is almost like Darth Vader entering the scene.
He admitted Trump was a threat, and he said that then Trump would become Hitler.
That's Soros.
And I'm sitting here thinking, exactly, you got it, buddy. Wow. Your freaking empire is going down, and that's why they're attacking him as hard as they fucking can, because he is a serious threat to world government.
They should take him into a some kind of bunker and swear him in. I swear to God.
Syria.
Well, there hasn't been one single president that has really seen through a lot of the, what do you want to call it? The what do they call it? They call it the seventh floor. They call it the government above the government, the shadow government, all this other stuff that people go, oh, that's funny. You know how many presidents spoke out about them? Do you know how many presidents have been quoted saying that there are people of power over this country that most Americans do not know? They're more dangerous than any standing army. And they're known. There's known quotes out there from past presidents. Several of them.
Enlighten us. Which ones specifically?
You got Eisenhower warning about the military-industrial complex. You got Woodrow Wilson, who allowed the Federal Reserve Act to be signed in 1913 on his deathbed, put the warning out of the crime to the Americans, us, people of the United States, and the country itself for allowing that to happen. It just goes on and on and on. But get back to what
Kennedy said also.
Oh my God, right. The conspiracy speech,
right?
Mind blowing. But that's where I was going back to. Kennedy and that whole entire family rubbed elbows with the elite. They were part of that pack. But when Kennedy started to realize he didn't have the power, and there was a lot of other people much more powerful than him calling shots that he couldn't control, that's when he said he wanted to shatter the CIA into a million pieces.
And that's when he was shot.
And that's when he got shot. That's what he talked about, abolishing the Federal Reserve. He talked about, like I said, and he knew that those institutions were the power generators out of this country, not the president.
Damn it, 2017.
And this is where Trump is going. Trump is already looking at absolutely auditing. And I always said, auditing the Fed ain't going to do shit. It will expose all the fraud. And it will expose, and when people understand that for decades now, 105 years, I would say, right? Since 1913? Whatever it is, math. That the good majority of real wealth from this country went directly to these international bankers. There should be no central banks anymore across the whole entire world. We have to, as humanity, we really have to understand who our real threat is, and it's them.
So what you're saying is, and I'm going to turn your mic off because I know you're going to foam if I get this going here because we're going to take a break real soon. But what I think you're saying, Lance, is that while all the years of war and through World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korea, you name it, whatever the fight is. I turned you off. I'm sorry. So I'm going to go to break. What you're saying, if I'm hearing you correctly, is all through all that time, the big banks have been taking interest, and they've been just sucking our economies dry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Daddy with Lance Romance, E-Dog, on the Big Daddy Road Show. We need to take a break. I have to go take my vitamins to take on the next segment. But do yourself a favor. Check it out. Look at YouTube. He's giving you some suggestions. Do your own homework. And just use common sense. There's definitely something up in America, and we are going through the weirdest political time of my life. I'm 50 years old on the planet. 50 years. I've never seen anything like it, and I'm bracing myself for anything. How about you? Hey, visit us on the Big Daddy Roadshow fan club page, and if you're in the armed services, thank you very much for what you do. Keep one eye peeled for Lance. Make sure our leaders are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And one last thing, send nudes.
Yes.
Yes.